Now, if you've been taking advantage of the lack of working speed cameras in Johannesburg, be warned. They are back up and running. It has, of course, taken over 18 months to get them fixed. It not only compromised road safety due to lack of consequences for speeding, it also lost the city about 3 million rand a month in revenue on fines. Let's speak now to Councillor David Tembe, Joburg Public Safety MMC. Councillor, thank you very much for joining us. We've been waiting for this moment. We're delighted as law-abiding citizens, but why on earth did it take so long?
Yes, when we started in November last year, the first priority was to get electronic law enforcement. My concern and the city's concern was that there were a lot of fatalities on our roads.
So why did it take so long? Because we know that the system has been out since May, but of course you only came in after the local government elections in November. So it's taken you over a year. What was the problem? What took so long?
Yes, it takes us about 10 months, because as you know that when you do tender, you have to follow all due processes. And I'm not involved as politician, we're not involved. I have to give instruction to the official to ensure that they fast track the issue of the speed contract. Because our concern was that it has, as you are saying, it has taken too long. Remember during my time when I was the chief of police, it was there, but it was on Section 32. Section 32 is that we were using the tender of Ekurhuleni, but this time, this is the city's tender for 3 years.
Okay, just explain that to me. How does Ekurhuleni come into the picture for Joburg?
No, Section 32 means that we piggyback on their tender and be able to run our speed in Joburg. So it has been like that since 2016. So it's the first time now that we have our own tender.
And why was it important to separate from what was happening with Ekurhuleni?
Yes, Ekurhuleni, we were piggybacking on them. But right now, as I said, that we went on a full tender because we couldn't, and because I can't tell exactly what happened previously because I was not there. But our concern as a coalition government was that we must have our own tender so that we are able to run the city properly.
All right. So I understand you've now got a 3-year contract with this company called Sintel. Tell us about them and how you've made sure that everything is absolutely above board.
They are highly experienced and they are professionals. We have been working with them ever since we started. As I said, since 2016, we have been using them, and most of the metro, not really metropolis, traffic department are using them. They are real professionals. They have got a cutting-edge technology when it comes to law enforcement.
So when did they actually land the contract, and how long has it taken them to get those speed cameras up and running?
No, it takes, as I said, that we started when we in November last year to really push it.
No, I know that.
That's why it takes.
I understand that the process of awarding the contract took a long time, but I'm just trying to understand, once that contract was signed, was it a matter of days or weeks before they got the cameras going again?
No, the cameras will start going out. They'll start working us next week.
Oh, so they're not working yet?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Because we have to still sign the service level agreement, which they were sitting today and probably tomorrow. But by next week, I rest assure you, we'll be up and running.
Okay, so speedsters should not take advantage of these last few days with no one keeping an eye on what they're doing on the roads, because we know that it is so critical to be very, very careful on the roads. Talk to me about this whole contract, because it's not just the speed cameras, is it? There's a whole package of services that are going to be rolled out that are going to mean, from my understanding, much more visible policing, much more rules in place and monitoring and checking to make sure that motorists do the right thing.
Yes, because right now, during this festive season, we have deployed most of our officers because, importantly, we need to have visible policing. Visibility is the main thing that we have to have. But those who are speeding on our road, you will be so shocked if I can tell you that since the 1st of December, 47 people died on our road, only in Johannesburg.
Jeepers.
So people are speeding, and the cause of this is distracted driving, drunken driving, and speeding.
And of course, it's not just our roads that are unsafe, it's also, you know, your MMC for public safety. There's been such concern about crime in and around Johannesburg. Talk to me about the festive season and you know, you mentioned visible policing, but what are the plans to make Johannesburg a safer city?
What we're doing is we have started an operation sometimes last week, whereby we are visiting all the taxi ranks, bus ranks, to ensure that everybody complains, especially these buses that travels to Zimbabwe, Maputo, and other foreign countries. But not only that, those that are doing long distances. We have got an operation that specifically deal with that 24/7. And we are visiting the malls because that's where people get robbed. Not only that, we're also visiting parks, Zule, because people are enjoying themselves at the parks. Nightclubs, we have got what we call it nightlife operation, whereby we visit the nightclubs four times a week, where we have an operation. But what we need to do is, we want to introduce when we go to the nightclubs where people are enjoying, we want to have them free testing. We test them and say to them, look, don't drive. We are not arresting you. We are just showing you that you had passed the limit. If you are going to drive, please call your friend or call Uber or call any other person to do it.
That sounds like a great proactive measure, actually, giving people the option to know that they're over the limit. Also deals with the problem of often when someone is over the limit, they think they're fine, and it's the friends who have to take away the keys. The friends can say, well, if you're fine, take the test. So I wish you luck with that. Shocking that you tell me there have been, did you say 47 deaths in Johannesburg alone on the road since the beginning of December?
Yes,
absolutely.
Yeah, that's it. So that's why I said it's shocking.
It is shocking.
There's a problem that we have.
And when those speed cameras are up and running early next week, I'd like you to come back and tell us about the first person who gets a fine, because I think it is important to let everybody know that speed traps are back. Thank you very much for chatting to us, David Tembe, Joburg Public Safety MMC.